Morning everybody, back at it, summer 2024. Let's take a walk down to the dock and see how the lake looks today. Back at a familiar place. The last time out I was so excited because I had just put out my frog bladed jig video, and I thought I'm going to use all three and catch fish, but it didn't work out that way. Frog was the only thing that worked. Well, today we're back at it. The water is down a bit from that first time we were here. Last time was almost to the end of the dock. Still up from last year. And look what a nice day we've got. I picked this lake because there's not a whole lot of houses on it, and I've never experienced a lot of water skiers. Plus, 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, nobody's water skiing. We're gonna get out there, we're gonna throw our frog, we're gonna throw our bladed jig, we're gonna throw our jig, and we're gonna see what gets fish to the boat. Let's go fishing. Morning everybody, back on the water. We did our due diligence and tried for a landing monster. Didn't get one. But we are back. Back to a lake where we've had some good success. If we get a couple of big ones, we'll measure today. Otherwise, just fishing. Hoping for some frog bass. Gotta start out with the frog. Kind of my thing. Watching the weather, watching the wind, but I think most of the storms have gone through. It has been an interesting year of fishing in Minnesota with all the storms and everything. Something that I haven't had to deal with for a few years. I'm thrown to what I see as a weed edge, but I know that the weeds are up over here too. They just might not be all the way to the top. Early in the morning here, we'll go the way the wind kind of lets us fish our topwaters. Like fish in the topwaters early. One more and then go back in. It looks like by that tree there it's kind of cleared out up to the other set of reeds that I usually fish. Maybe it's holding a couple of big guys. My last early morning, in fact I got up at 3:20. I was rewarded with only one fish in the early morning bite, but it's almost 5 pounds. So to me, I love hunting down those big fish. All right, you can kind of see the weeds cut off and it's a little bit more open back there. So if we get just the right cast past that corner of reeds, we might have a chance. All right, that's pretty good. And there you go. You make the right cast and you get the skunk out of the boat. Not quite the monster I was hoping for, but it just looked like there should be a fish there. All right, can we do better? Sure we can, but that's our only first fish of the day. Down for a second and I have a fish on. What do I got? Oh, it's a bass. It's a decent bass. It's a decent bass I should net. I didn't get a good hook set. I was just kind of messing around with the rudder. There's a nice chunky guy. That's what we're here for. Let's give this a dip. 18 on the button. 18-incher. Nice start. There we go. Nice chunky bass going back in. And I have to say, besides setting the hook, I didn't do much to catch that one. He hooked himself. Maybe that's a lesson. Maybe I just got to throw the frog a little slower. So look at how choked out it is here. But as I'm coming back, I'm noticing it's more open. I even have my drive down. If there are bass back here, it's going to be like Disney World. I'm going to get a bunch of them. There we go. Alright, dragging a jig. Dragging a jig. Slip them in. Wrong side for the net. Gotta do whatever we can. Felt that little thump. Kept the pressure on. $15 3/4. Alright, bass in the boat. Maybe it's going to be a jig bite today. Alright, so I got a, as usual, 3/8 ounce jig on. And I got a Creature Hog Max Scent by Power Bait. Black and blue. There we go. Nice bass right under the dock. Alright, this is the only lake I've ever caught dock fish on. Maybe I should try more. Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. 17.5. Skinny little 17.5 incher. Good length though. Alright everybody, going off script a little bit. Something I used not a ton last year, but every once in a while that crankbait saves the day. So we're gonna crank it up here right off the weed edge and see if there's something that wants to eat something that looks like a little sunfish, because I think this lake is full of little sunfish. There we are. It's a Rapala. It's a DT6, means dives to 6 feet. So we're going to try to stay in that 6 or 7 foot range. Maybe slide out to 8. Run and gun with this. Maybe they're just off the weeds. Got my great fluorocarbon leader on. Really nice with this crankbait. Doesn't take away any of the action. I think it's still pretty stealthy. So if you're ever on a lake and things are kind of slow, just find a medium deep weed edge and try a couple of different baits. You know, I had chatterbait on. I guess you could say I used a jig a little bit. Now I got this crankbait, and you'll almost always find something. For sure in Minnesota lakes, well, almost for sure, is northern pike. But wherever you are, those fish just kind of follow those edges, and the ones that are kind of just off the edges, if they see something come by they want to eat, they're going to grab it. It's always a good bet. Fish on. Alright, well that's interesting. The 2 fish I've caught on this lure have been bass. With a brand new crankbait that has razor sharp hooks. Gotta be careful. Alright, cranking them up. The sun's been up for a bit. Some of those bass might be looking for cover under the lily pads. See how far through this stuff we can get. Looks like once we get back here, we're gonna have the ability to still pedal. Let's get a couple more big guys in the boat. On the pause. All right. There's a guy. There's one. In shallow. We'll net him on a slow day. Good fish. Another one like we caught under the dock, kind of long and lean. Yeah, look at that guy. Guy looks like me in high school, long and lean. What do we got? 17 and a half. 17 and a half. Nice to get another one in that we can measure. Right off shore there. I usually cut in at this lily pad field up here, but I thought, you know what? We're gonna commit to trying to find some on a frog. So I did a little bit early and it paid off. Hey everybody, wrapping the day up. What a day. It was a marathon today, but I enjoyed every minute of it. Sometimes the fish just don't cooperate. Sometimes the big fish just don't cooperate. No monsters today, but I did manage quite a few fish. Either way, get out there and fish. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.